Hi everybody, I'm Louise Lowe, and I have my own consultancy of Lo and Behold, and I'm also commercial director of Exec Space. And I'm joined today by the lovely ladies from Smart Training Company, who we have worked together for numerous years and worked on a few projects today. We thought we'd have a catch up in these rather unprecedented times that we find ourselves in. So guys, how did I feel at the beginning of this, COVID, Corona? How did it affect me? Well, I probably went 3 times being a complete maniac on all fronts, home, work. It was something that I couldn't control. The hotel industry, the hospitality industry, the agency industry, suddenly we're given no time at all. You're closing. Forward planning of events, we're dropping off one by one. What we thought was 3 weeks, clearly we were in for the long haul. Some other project work that I'd got, obviously clearly cancelled. And then initially it was all like, right, we just need to stay safe and we'll get through this. But I think, mentally it was at times really, really tough, because you were isolating at home with your family, no space, not allowed to go around, all your usual things that you do. And I went into panic mode in the early days. Now I've kind of got into a bit of a groove. And I think as well, I've got a real positivity for the future. But if I look to where my mental well-being was and what I thought was going to happen back in March to now, is kind of not night and day. I think it shows how you can be agile and change when something like this lands. It's
like a big roller coaster, wasn't it, Louise? It's like a big roller coaster. So you kind of, certainly for me, when we first went into it, it was almost the relief of having a couple of weeks off. So I kind of went into holiday mode. I kind of went into, wow, this is great. The emails have gone down. Everything's gone a bit quiet. Yes, there's this big awful thing happening behind us, but we were kind of in a bubble here. So for the first couple of weeks, I kind of felt like quite relaxed about it. And then as it started to go on, the panic set in probably about, I don't know, week 3 or week 4, thinking, actually, how are we going to get through this? And what if it lasts longer? And we were very lucky because we had a project that we could work on online with anyway. So financially, that kind of pressure was taken away ever so slightly. But everything else was just, a bit crazy. And then you get used to it and you get in your groove. And then there's like this new reality, isn't there? There's this whole new normal that we've got to understand. What does it look like? And who are our new clients and our new guests in our hotel? What do they look like? We've not even met them yet.
No.
So
how was that kind of last week for you, Sarah? Kind of as life was normal, beginning of March, I was doing my trips up to Edinburgh, my trips to London, and then it became you felt lockdown was coming. You almost wanted Boris to say, I'm taking the decision away from you now. You've got to stay home.
Very true. Yes, that week, that final week, we all knew that something was going to happen. It was on the news. Everybody was talking about it, but no decision had really been made. And I had a very, very busy week with lots of meetings booked in. I was going to go into London for a couple of days. And it was really interesting. On the Tuesday morning, suddenly, emails started coming in to cancel meetings. I was on the phone to Joe saying, oh, this meeting's been released. And Joe was saying, oh, yeah, well, this other meeting has as well. But we ended up going into London. I wasn't really sure if that was the right thing to do, because like you say, you want somebody to give you a bit of guidance, actually tell you you can or you can't.
Yeah.
So I went into London on the train. It was quieter than usual, definitely. But when I got there, I decided I wasn't going to go on the tube. So I walked everywhere. I walked all over London. It was actually very nice because some of my meetings are cancelled, but I still had one that was going to go ahead that I had to be at. I spent time enjoying walking around London through the parks. It was lovely and sunny for those couple of days, wheeling my suitcase, and actually really enjoyed the 45 minutes between station and then my next meeting. But yeah, it was surreal, really surreal, absolutely. Because I think certainly our business can be so fast paced, as with the hotels, but certainly, for us in a training capacity, everything is so fast paced. And that week, it just changed in the space of 24 hours from being so fast paced to suddenly, actually, this feels different. We suddenly don't have the meetings we've got booked in, and you could see projects are starting to release. So very strange, and not feeling in control, you know, not really knowing what was going to happen next, but just having to go with it.
Do you remember your last meeting that you had before lockdown?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, because it was so surreal, because we were in London. We'd got this one meeting. The meeting was quite normal to start with. So the first sort of hour and a half, they were just talking about, you know, training that we'd got that was up and coming, different forums and workshops that we were running for them. And then about an hour and a half in, there was a call, wasn't there, Sarah? And they all had to go off. So the whole management team had to go off for a Zoom call with the CEO, and it was literally just completely changed everything, didn't it? They came back into the meeting, and we weren't talking about running workshops anymore. We were actually talking about going online and actually launching very quickly their online their learning management system, wasn't it, Sarah? That's
Absolutely.
what we were looking at.
Yeah, the meeting just changed direction, didn't it? From coming back into the room. Still wanted to deliver some of the same projects, but in a very different way.
And Rose, now I know, you know, mental wellness is massively close to your heart. You know, what's the kind of journey been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I sort of went down that road wanting to do more about that, because a friend of mine suffered a lot with mental health issues, and I just wanted to be able to help. And you know, none more so than when this all happened as well in, you know, in the industry. So yeah, I did my mental health first aider course back in November. And we as SMART, you know, we talked about being more aware of the individuals that we're working with, didn't we? And, you know, thinking about everyone's got external stuff going on. And of course, this is really ramped up, you know, during this situation. And then off the back of that, I decided to do a counselling course as well, because I thought I want to know more about this. And I felt we wanted to be able to offer that in the workplace going forward, to, you know, just thinking about the individuals. So that's been really pertinent that I decided to do that, because it's really come to the fore. And one of the things we did initially was contact our clients and check in on them, see how they are. And, you know, we offered articles, links to articles and support tools that might help. And then, you know, I said to Joan, so please say to people, you know, I am still training, but I am there. I have got listening skills. So if anybody wants to talk, you know, I'll just listen. You know, and any of us can do that. We can all do that for each other. But that was, you know, we offered that to everyone as well. So, you know, and I do feel that it's very pertinent at the moment, because we're all dealing with stuff in our own way. So that was quite a moment there. I mean, the world turned on its axis. That's the way it's like, whoop.
Yeah.
And we're all, dealing with all of that, and everybody's different.
Everybody's different, but actually, what for me was the fact that everyone is in the same boat. Throughout the whole of the world, we're all experiencing the same thing. So whilst there was that panic, at the same time, there was kind of like a calm, because we're all in the same boat. What I think panicked me at one point really was looking at was looking at social media and seeing that there were people going out there saying, you know, what can we do to help, and this is what's going on. And so you then had, as a company, as a group of people, we then had this moment of, oh my God, what should we be doing? And I think that at that point, we actually said, no, let's not do anything. Let's just step back. It's early days. Let's see how it pans out. We've got this project that we're working on that, you know, is kind of taking care of us. And let's, you know, take a view later on as we get further down the road. It was a brilliant opportunity, Sarah and Rose, really, wasn't it? I think that we've been talking about doing a lot more online learning and webinars, and it's something that we really wanted to do because we were spending so much time traveling and so much time staying away, and we knew that there was a better way of doing things, but you have to have the time to be able to do that and to look at that. And I think that's what it's given us, that time, hasn't it?
I called it a pause initially, and it is a long pause. Some people call it a storm or a hurricane. It's all of that. It's an absolute belter, to be fair. But it has allowed us to do things as a business and be really agile. We've moved into the virtual events world. And it was something we knew we needed to do. But we've been able to do it, and we'd already got a tech project. So it was something that we'd started to do. It wasn't brand new to us. We haven't suddenly just decided to do it as a business, but it's enabled us to do it and spend a lot more time on it. Yeah. Because like you guys, we'd got new contracts we were onboarding. We'd obviously got our accounts that we'd got that were growing quite rapidly. 2020, for most of our clients, was looking to be a really, really good year. Whilst you're doing all of that onboarding and implementation and recruiting, some of your service offering, if you like, you're just kind of ensuring that you've got that best practice in place. So what's it enabled us to do is put what I call a few more tools in the kit bag.
I think that's it, Louise. And I think it was too easy to react, you know, to panic and react and say, oh my God, we need to protect our business and what have you. And it's just been so good to step back and to not do anything and to just wait and see, because it is so changing. And then be able to be flexible and be able to, you know, come back probably stronger and more balanced and enjoying more what we do, with the balance of, you know, of home life and everything that goes with it.